I wear the cheese. It does not wear me. Welcome to Sunnydale. Hello, listeners. It's great to be back on the air after the recent laryngitis epidemic shook our little community of Sunnydale. The Watchers Council has issued a statement regarding the event, saying that the cause of laryngitis was due to an unchecked fluoride leak in the water supply. The leak was quickly remedied, it seems, and within 72 hours the quarantine placed on our town was lifted. Whether or not the loss of voice was actually due to the unmentionably ugly floating men that happened to be visiting our town at the same time is anyone's guess. I've been asked to read a brief notice from the Watchers Council. The council announces the opening of a new cemetery this week due to the increase of unknown deaths in the past few years. They would like to remind everyone that walking in the cemetery at night can be a risky, dangerous business. It is possible you will see hooded figures in the cemetery. Do not approach them. Do not approach the cemetery. Try not to look at the cemetery, and especially do not look for any period of time at the hooded figures. The cemetery will not harm you. Have you seen the camouflaged army men patrolling the Sunnydale campus? Who are they? Where did they come from? Have they always been in Sunnydale? Do they have anything to do with the recent disappearances of numerous students from the freshman dorms? More on this story as it develops. And now, a word from our sponsor. Head on over to the college pub today and try their newest beer on tap, Caveman Mojo Juice. Combine it with some tasty raw meat slabs for a perfect post-study treat. They'll even throw in a loincloth and a club for you. Just remember to drink responsibly, folks. No one wants to take care of a Neanderthal all night, and those hangovers? Phew! It's like waking up in the Stone Age, where your pillow is a stone. Caveman Mojo Juice. So good, it'll make you jump on the table and beat your chest. We've had some exciting news coming from the mayor's office. You remember the old mayor, slithering, slimy Mayor Wilkins, who is no longer with us due to the unfortunate events surrounding the Sunnydale High graduation ceremony this past year. Well, we've just received word that an election will be held this Friday to decide who will be his replacement. Will it be demon, vampire, or human? Who knows, listeners? But one thing is for certain, they'll be cracking down on after-hours curfews in the coming months. An update on our Army Man scandal. 2 camouflaged-looking men were seen dragging away a student last night into the woods surrounding the Sunnydale campus. The student, who can be described as, well, a little peculiar in the face, was seen being tackled by the camouflaged men and then being dragged away into a pipeline running into the woods. If anyone has any information on these army men, please contact the station immediately. There was a great community turnout at the annual Bring Them Back gathering at the Bronze this past Thursday, commemorating those who have gone missing this past year. The families of those who have vanished without a trace were comforted by the musical stylings of Dingo's Ate My Baby, while free soda and chips flowed freely. This year's missing persons count is down to only 20 people, which is a relief after last year's event honored the 150 people who have mysteriously disappeared without an explanation. Have you seen the gaunt, thin man with the bleached blonde hair lurking around town lately? I know I have seen him somewhere before around these parts, but his appearances have been becoming more frequent. Only last Thursday, I caught him running out of the Sunnydale hospital, gripping what appeared to be 2 bags of red liquid in his hands. And yesterday, I spotted him in full daylight, whereas before, I had only ever seen him at night. A strange fellow, this thin, gaunt, bleach blonde man. But oh, how his accent tickles me so. And now for a brief public service announcement. Werewolves. Can they kill your children? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, good news. The Watchers Council held a press conference moments ago declaring an end to our camouflaged Army Man terror. They announced that the Army Men were not actually Army Men after all, just some traffic cones that people mistook for men. There are no Army Men in Sunnydale, said the council. The traffic cones, meanwhile, were returned to the council. Journalists asked about the injuries and the aftermath of the related events loosely associated with the Army Men. The council responded with a hollow stare and said through gritted teeth, "Traffic cones. Traffic cones." Thank goodness it was all a misunderstanding, and we can go about our regularly scheduled lives. And now, the weather.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man, behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be fated.
Could we go back to the haunted house? Because this is creeping me out.
Does he do this a lot?
Sure. Every day the earth rotates backward and the skies turn orange.
As empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely.
Now I remember why I used to have such a crush on him.
His vengeance
Well, he is pretty good.
that's never free.
His voice is
No
pleasant.
one knows
What?
it's like.
Oh, come on, it is kind of sexy.
I'm fighting total mental breakdown here,
I
Will.
do,
No more fuel in the fire, please.
and I blame you.
Jonathan, perfect and gorgeous, came into our studios during the break earlier, but declined to stay for an interview. He only gave us some blueprints showing the insides of what looked to be a demon-human hybrid. He took one sweeping look around the station, looked at his blueprints, shook his head, and vanished without a word. I don't know what this means, but those blueprints sure look terrible. Jonathan, whatever you're up to, and wherever you are, we support you. You can do anything. And now, a proverb. To commemorate a past event, you kill and eat an animal. It's a ritual sacrifice, with pie. Think about that the next time that you sit down for a Thanksgiving meal. Coming up next on this station is a chorus of bats. This has been Welcome to Sunnydale. Good night, listeners.